mums. One good sleeping perch there, good sleeping perch there. Make sure that the sleeping perches have also got enough shelter, so shade as well during the day. So it might be we put an extra piece of shade or something there.
Yeah.
Dependent. And then, but check they should only be. Oh, it's difficult to see in there. They can't be more than that square, bigger. Because otherwise, even if there's a flap on the outside, for example, then babies can still get past the flap and out. So we have to be careful with the plate holes to be the right size.
All checks complete. This is Maddox and Ellie that have been moved up to the Goliath enclosure.
Oh, she's falling asleep.
Oh well. Fell asleep and now going to wake up and wonder where you are.
How did I get here? Somebody's left out. Okay. Look, guys. Are you running out?
There's Zorro by the fence.
Standard.
One of the boys, he was an orphan from before. So he's come to check what's going on.
I'm just going to go with the nearer. I've got. What's she doing?
There's a lot of interest.
First thing they always do. Pick up a stone and eat it.
She was really watching intently.
Hopefully there's not a favouritism for Ellie.
Because she's smaller.
Yes.
Jumping over to Mitch, who's going to be moving to the gizmo enclosure.
Oh, he eats. We cannot just take Mitch when he eats.
You can throw some food in the cage.
Mitch. Mitch.
Trying to entice Mitch out of the cage with a bit of milk. He does love his food, but he needs to get caught and moved and just doesn't want to come out.
Alright, you got Mitch's book?
Yeah.
Right. Grab him before he goes back in.
Again?
Yeah. Say goodbye to your friends. Well, I mean, he'll see them in like
3 hours. 2.5 maybe. You stay with me? I know it's your sleep.
A little bit of a walk up to the gizmo enclosure, where Mitch will hopefully meet some new friends and start settling in. He is slightly older than the other juveniles or other babies, so that's why his process went a little bit quicker. It is also a little bit more difficult because he's past the baby stage, and at this age they basically would be staying a little bit further away from their mothers and sort of exploring a lot more. So they're not as appealing to the female monkeys, and of course they don't want to really be held much, so the process is a little bit more difficult. It's also a bit rough on Mitch because he has had human contact for a longer time, so he still does miss that contact with humans and does call out and look for them, but you can see there is a bit of interest in the monkeys in the enclosure, and hopefully it won't take too long before he goes to meet them.
I know, right?
Don't know if you all remember little Luna. You were a little bit worried about her, but she does seem to be recovering quite well. She did seem to have a little bit of a mental problem in the beginning, or being mentally challenged, but she has recovered well, and she'll be moving down to Disneyland. Hopefully in Disneyland she'll meet some other new friends and come out of herself a little bit more, and get ready for the next process to move down to be introduced to her mom soon.
You got it. There you go. There you go.
Back to Mitch. Has been getting a little bit more confident and coming close to the fence. So he has met some of the monkeys there. They do still seem interested in him, which is great, and hopefully soon he'll make friends. Ellie and Maddox that have been moved down to the Goliath intro enclosure, or should I say up to the Goliath intro enclosure. Of course Maddox is more interested in his food than anything else, but they are doing very, very well. Just as everybody starts settling in, of course we get a new arrival, and this time it's a fully grown Bushbaby. It seems to be electrocuted somehow. We're not too sure of what actually happened, but does have some nasty burn wounds and things that we're going to try and treat. Get a bit of medication and see if we can get her back up and feeling healthy as soon as possible.
Oh yeah. Ooh. That looks sore, huh?
Your tail.
Ooh.
And then we've got here the hand.
Greater Bushbaby.
Hi. Can you bring some things to clean?
You are huge. And here. Here as well.
There's also some blood inside. I don't know if it went inside.
Just tell us what it is.
Here we have Ellie and Maddox again, exploring their new environment, getting used to everything that's around them, which is quite important. The biggest thing here is making sure they can use their feeding cages, which we'll see shortly. They seem to be very, very familiar with, able to go in and out with no problem, finding food and drinking, which is excellent, because these feeding cages will be moved out into the main enclosures later on, where they have to be able to feed themselves. So this is a very positive side, and shows that the people in Disneyland have done their job perfectly, and these monkeys will be able to cope once they're out in the main enclosure. Interested female trying to touch Maddox and get more acquainted. So this is sort of the first stages in getting used to each other, and it is kind of a slow process. The adult females sort of know that they can't push her too quickly, otherwise they scare the babies off. So they are pretty good in taking their contact quite slow. Of course, little Ellie, not as confident as Maddox, but cute enough to find a mom fairly quickly. The injured female Bushbaby was producing milk, so we knew she must have had babies, so we went out and looked for them, and we managed to find one of her babies and bring it back for her.
Got a little
Wanna
baby.
have a look?
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so tiny. It's a baby greater bush baby. He's quite scared. Let's just get him in.
Sorry.
It's an alarm call. Wait to see how cute this baby is. It's absolute cuteness overload.
Is it? She can't see it too good.
Martini is drinking from the feeding cage, and Luna is paying a visit, saying hello. Hello, hello. And little G is in the bag as well. Luna is drinking from the feeding cage as well.
Martini, little G and Luna just getting acquainted in Disneyland. Maddox and Ellie in Goliath enclosure. A little bit of interaction there from one of the females. Looks like little Ellie really enjoyed it and went back for a little bit more. We had some nice rain come down, and this was just some nice footage of the monkeys enjoying the puddles and the rain and just jumping around and having a lot of fun. So just a short little bit of a clip before we end this week's session. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you again next week with updates on what's going on.